Welcome back once again, all of my low carb friends, and for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. Today I have another very easy keto bread recipe for you. It is summertime, which means barbecue season. And of course, the two classic things to barbecue are hamburgers and hot dogs. And I've already shown you all how to make many different types of hamburger buns. So today we are going to make quick, easy, simple keto hot dog buns. These are so easy. All you have to do is mix the ingredients, shape the dough, bake it, eat it. Boom. Easy peasy. And if you want a printable version of this recipe, you can check out my website at janet'sdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find a printable version of this recipe and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of easy, delicious, low-carb keto recipes, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I put out videos every Wednesday and Saturday. And if you'd like to help support the channel, make sure you scroll down in the description of the video. You'll see some affiliate links. Anytime you purchase anything using those affiliate links, a small portion of your purchase will go to me and help support the channel. So while you do all that, let's get cooking. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Lightly spray 4 6-inch submolds. If you don't have any submolds, you can check out my article on how to make submolds from foil, or you can just line a large baking sheet and free shape your hot dog buns. Then set that aside for just a minute. In a large mixing bowl, combine 120 grams or around 1 cup of coconut flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 15 grams or around 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 5 grams or around 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum. If you don't have xanthan gum, you can use psyllium husk powder or powdered gelatin. The xanthan gum is just for giving your dough a little bit more stretch. That way when you shape your hot dog buns, they keep their shape a little bit better. If you leave it out completely, you run the risk of your dough not holding together very well once it is shaped. So you really do want to use that xanthan gum or xanthan gum substitute. Add 6 grams or around 2 teaspoons of instant dry yeast. This is optional. The only reason why I'm using it is to add flavor. I've told you guys many times before that yeast does nothing for coconut flour as far as helping it to rise or anything like that. It does nothing. It's strictly to give your bread a little bit of flavor to kind of balance out that coconut flour taste. But if you don't have yeast or don't want to use it, you don't have to put that in. That's up to you. Also, if you're sensitive to coconut flour taste, you can also add some dry seasonings or dry herbs to also help balance out the coconut flour taste. Again, that's up to you. Sift or whisk the dry ingredients all together until everything is fully combined and there are no lumps in the dry ingredients. Add 4 large room temperature eggs. Make sure they are room temperature so they stir in more smooth. Stir the eggs into the dry ingredients until everything is fully combined and all the dry ingredients have been moistened by the eggs. Add 146 milliliters or around 3/4 cup of the oil of your choice. I'm using olive oil. You can use whatever oil you want. Stir the oil in until everything is fully combined. Add 59 milliliters or around 1/4 cup of warm water. Make sure this is warm. It helps your dough come together more smooth and you have a smoother dough, which will help you to have a smoother, more light texture in your bread. Stir the water in until everything is fully combined and you have a smooth dough that is formed. Now you may need to use a little bit more water depending on the density of your coconut flour. When you first start mixing it in, it's going to seem a little bit on the soupy side, but as you keep stirring, everything should come together and you should have a nice smooth dough that forms. If it seems like your dough isn't coming together well, then just add a little tiny bit more water until a smooth dough forms. Scrape down the sides of the bowl and push the dough to the center of the bowl, then form the dough into a smooth ball. Massage the ball in your hands for about 1 minute. This is going to help absorb any extra moisture and also going to help you to tell whether you have the right texture of your dough. Or the dough should be moist, slightly sticky, but not sticking to your hands. It should also be staying together in a nice smooth ball as you're massaging it. If chunks of it are falling off, then you need to add just a little bit more water to it. After you've massaged the dough for 1 minute, form it back into a ball, place it back into your mixing bowl, and allow it to sit uncovered at room temperature for around 3 to 5 minutes, just so it can absorb any extra moisture and all the ingredients can settle in well together. After the dough has sat for a few minutes, line a clean work surface with parchment paper. Divide the dough into 4 equal portions. Each portion's going to weigh around 130 grams each if you want to be precise. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. You just want them pretty close to the same size so that you have an even cook. Then dampen your hands and roll each portion into a smooth ball. Then take 1 portion of the dough at a time. Then form it into the size and shape of the hot dog bun that you're going to want. I usually form mine into around a 6-inch log, somewhere around in there. Just keep in mind that coconut flour really doesn't expand or rise a whole lot. So for the most part, whatever shape and size you roll your dough out, that's pretty much the shape and size that it's going to come out once it is baked. It'll rise just a little bit, puff up just a little bit, but not very much at all. So keep that in mind when you are shaping the portion of the dough. However you're wanting your hot dog bun to look like, whatever shape, whatever size, whatever length, whatever thickness, that's what you should be shaping your dough portion into. Also, while you are shaping the dough, make sure your hands stay damp all the time and that the dough stays completely smooth. It's very important that your dough stays smooth while you are shaping it. If your dough has cracks in it, then once it's baked, it will still have cracks in it and your hot dog bun runs the risk of falling apart. So if you do see any cracks in your dough while you're shaping it, just dampen your fingers a little bit and kind of rub the cracks out just a little bit. You want a nice smooth shape. Once your dough is all shaped, place each portion into its individual mold. Or if you don't have any molds, line a large baking sheet and place the shaped dough portion onto the lined baking sheet. If you want a brown top, then in a small bowl, place 1 large room temperature egg and 1 tablespoon of water. Then use a fork and stir it together until it's fully combined. Then brush a light layer of the egg wash over the top of each one of the hot dog buns. Place them in your preheated oven. Bake at 400 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes or until golden and a tester comes out clean. Once the hot dog buns are done baking, remove them from the oven. Allow them to cool in the molds or on the pan for at least 15 minutes so they can firm up really well. Remove the hot dog buns from the molds or from your pan and transfer them to a wire rack. Then allow them to cool completely before slicing them. Once the hot dog buns are cooled completely, slice them in half vertically, keeping one side of the bun attached. Then you can use them immediately. If you do have any leftovers, store them in an airtight container at room temperature for up to 3 days, or store them in a freezer-safe container and freeze them for up to 3 months. Eat and enjoy. And that's our recipe of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you click that thumbs up like button, click that subscribe button, leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.